I feel like this is a full circle moment, right? Because I think it would be good to talk about how we met and a bit of our history and how you've ended up here, bro. Because it's crazy to me. I didn't even remember this, that when we were skydiving together last month, Wassim showed me messages that he'd sent me like many years ago asking him to come on, asking me to come on his podcast. And then I met this guy through skydiving because we did the skydiving course. Like, I took him to do the skydiving course. And I was like, this guy's cool as fuck. Like, he speaks so well. He's super knowledgeable. And bro, like, I don't wanna suck your dick too much or glaze you too much, right? But the thing I love about you, man, is your communication skills are so good. And I feel like I can learn a lot from just having a chat to you because you're so good at communicating. And then also the energy, bro. You just got this fucking energy that just like motivates me and people around you. So that's why I was like, okay, we got to do a podcast with this guy. And yeah, man, let's take it from the top.
Yeah, let's go, man. I'm fucking grateful to be here, first of all. Am I allowed to curse, by the way, on your podcast?
Bro, of course you're allowed to curse. It's fucking, yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah, sick, man, sick. Bro, it is such a full circle moment because I think it was in 2017 or 18 when I sent you a message asking you, hey, let's do a podcast together. Because I found you extremely interesting. Like, you know, the whole leg thing that is going on and that you are not giving up and that you keep going and keep going and keep going. Obviously inspiring hundreds of thousands of young men. You've freaking changed my life, that's for sure. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. And I just wanted to have a conversation with you, I guess. And this was like a really long time ago, right? And you were like, okay, like I get asked for podcasts. You gave me a very logical answer. You just basically told me, hey, you get invited to podcasts, you know, all the time. And you don't want to like if you're going to accept all of the podcasts, obviously it's not possible. Like, lots of fucking time. So you just told me, hey, go get started with your podcast. And once it's rolling, then we'll do it. Now, I started the podcast. It did okay, but we never got back to it.
I think maybe I don't know if I said this to you, but I used to say this to people a lot. I might have said it to you, but I say, okay, do 10 episodes first or get 1,000 subscribers first, right? So I just want to know that the person that I'm having a conversation with is committed to the thing that they're doing, right? So I would have done it, but I think you didn't even have the podcast made when you asked me this, did you? It didn't exist.
Yeah, it didn't. But then I launched the podcast and it started doing okay-ish. Like I showed you the picture of the fucking the wall, like the what is her name again? Like the the fucking walrus chick, like the real the Gorlock chick, right? I interviewed her, was a BDSM chick, and she was torturing high performer men because, you know, in the workplace they'd be the guy that's on top, right? And they want to feel something different. I believe also that's why we use drugs and shit like that, is because we want to feel something different. I feel like that is why 9 to 5 people on the weekend, they go and drink their asses off, because they just want something different. We want emotional variability. That's why we do weird things like jumping out of the fucking sky from a plane, you know, and landing, and every single time we do it, we're like, why am I doing this? Why am I going up there? But we keep doing it, right? We want this emotional variability. And one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, talks about this all the time, about the human needs, basic human needs, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you've heard about that. And it includes variety, but it also includes stability. And we need both of these. And some people have different levels of each need that they want. Like, some people like us, for example, probably variety is like at number 1, right? And safety is like a little bit lower as a thing, right? But some people value safety a lot. Like they want the 9 to 5 job, they want that stuff. And I listened to your podcast, by the way. I remember the one with the lawyer that became a Muay Thai guy. You guys were talking about that as well. Yeah, about the human needs and all that kind of stuff.
And what are the basic human needs? What are they?
So according to Tony Robbins, you have safety, you have variety, you have significance, you have contribution, Let me think. How many did I mention? 5?
Variety, significance, safety, contribution for.
Contribution,
And there's another one.
growth.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those are it. Something like that. Everyone that's listening to this, just Google it. You'll see its top results. 6 Human Needs by Tony Robbins. And there's many different versions of these needs. Like there are some more expanded versions of this, like in psychology, there's some smaller versions of this, but you get the deal. The deal is that we need these, this emotional variability essentially. And how the fuck did I end up here, bro? Can you please remind me? Because you asked me a question.
Oh man, well, we're just talking about how you invited me to come on your podcast before the podcast was even created, in 2018.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this guy hasn't even got a fucking podcast, and he's inviting me to be on his podcast. So I didn't want to, I want to treat you like nicely. So I would have done it, but I was like, bro, get 1,000 subscribers or something. I can't remember what I said. Upload X amount of episodes, and then I'll do it with you. And then basically fast forward a few years, man. I think I didn't even link these two things together, right? Because last year I was training Muay Thai a lot, and I was going to have a Muay Thai fight. And obviously, Wassim, you know this, bro, but I got a message on my Instagram, and it's some random guy, and he was like, basically wanted to fight me in a Muay Thai fight. And it was Wassim, and he saw I'd been training, he had started training. Were you in Thailand at this point?
I was in Portugal. And okay, we'll talk about that in a second as well. Bro, there's so many fucking stories, bro. But just to close the loop of the podcast thing, guess who I managed to get on my podcast, but I never released the episode. But I have the entire footage. Who? So I was walking in Bali. I was on my scooter, excuse me. I was driving my scooter, and I see this Asian dude, and I'm like, wait, is that him? Like, there's no fucking way I saw him. It is this dude that I've been seeing ads from when I was 11 years old. I remember this. I was 11 years old. I was in my grandma's house and in Lebanon, and I was watching YouTube, and his ads popped up. So I click on the ad and I end up in a webinar, and the webinar would look like it's 5 minutes, but then the bar would keep extending basically. And then I would watch it for 1.5 hours. And this guy, I'm talking about Mike Chang. You remember this guy?
Yeah, six-pack shortcuts.
Fucking Mike Chang, six-pack shortcuts, bro. So this guy I was watching since I was 11, 12 years old, like his webinars and shit like that. And then I was like driving my scooter in Bali. And I look and I see this Asian dude with long hair, like hippie style. Is that fucking Mike Chang? No fucking way. I haven't heard from this guy in like years. I look on his Instagram, and he just had like a couple thousand followers, like on his new Instagram. And he was doing some spiritual stuff, some freaking flow, meditation training, whatever. I was like, you know what? He's not popping right now, but I remember this guy from the past. Let me send him a message. Let me see if he wants to hang out and do a podcast together. And he fucking said yes. I was so surprised. So I had a whole entire podcast with Mike Chang, which I, for some reason, never released. I think it's because they deleted my YouTube channel and I got demotivated and I just never got to it. But it's still there. It's still in the arc. I still have all the content. And then, bro, Mike Chang, really inspirational, because I know people that are watching this, you help people with content as well. Another thing which is very inspirational with content is this guy. He decided to leave behind this $1 million company, multi-million-dollar, six-pack shortcut, whatever. He started doing these fucking like spiritual meditating, like something that he's really passionate about. And he wasn't getting any views. He was just like a couple, like 1,000 views per video. I sent him a message. I do a podcast with him. And he's like, it'll work. Like, I'm just trusting it. Like, I'm just going to keep doing it and it'll pick up. Have you seen his social media now, bro?
No.
Bro, the guy blew up. He has almost 5 million followers and he gets millions of views on every single video doing the meditation stuff, which inspired the fuck out of me because I'm like, whoa, this guy didn't sell out. He took MDMA basically. That's when he sold his $1 million six-pack shortcuts company. He started doing something he's passionate about, which is the meditation, flow, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for a really long time, but he didn't give up. And he's fucking like at 5 million followers right now. Like, it's crazy.
Bro, I've just had a look. That's fucking crazy, man. That's so...
It's insane.
I've been thinking about this a lot as well, especially with social media, man, because it's like the people that last and the people that like ultimately win and have this like longevity to their the stuff that they create. It's always the people that do the thing that they truly believe in and are passionate about, right? It's never the fucking guy that just wants to become an influencer and make $1 million or get X amount of brand deals. Like, those people always fucking wash out. And then it's like the people that actually create content and love to create it, man, and you can you can see that they love what they're doing. Like, they might never be the biggest people on social media, but they're gonna have like these fucking diehard fans and followers, and it pays dividends, bro. And man, that's like a battle that I've had actually, like with myself, because obviously it's when you take YouTube and other things full-time as a job, it goes from this thing that you just create because you're passionate about doing to something that you use to generate income, right? And I think a realization I've had recently is it's almost about retard maxing with your content on social media, where you just do it because you fucking love doing it. I think that's the most fulfilling thing, man. The best way to do it. And it might be slow, but it will pay off eventually. But that's fucking crazy, bro. I searched because you're speaking about it. Like 4.3 million followers, and crazy.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy especially because it didn't work for such a long time, but he kept doing it because he really liked doing it. And when he got even if he got like a couple thousand views and a couple of comments, he was really making impact, and that was enough for him to keep it going and stay motivated, if that makes sense. And I guess if you're doing something that you're not passionate about, and you'll never be able to last through that dry period in the beginning where, that you have to go through. You won't last because you're just forcing it and you're not really passionate about it. But if you're passionate about it, you'll last through that dry period in the beginning. And I'm, by the way, very guilty of this as well, like choosing the money side instead of the passion side. 100%, man. I can relate to that. And yeah, unless you're a fucking psychopath, like a crazy psychopath, then you won't be able to last, during that dry period, making content that is not authentic, essentially is what I'm saying. Right? And I feel like right now we're going back to the time where creativity is finally being rewarded again. Like, people are really tired, it looks like, from all the videos that look the same. And I feel like the creative videos, like the real unique concepts, are finally going again. You know what I mean?
We've spoken about this, man, as well, haven't we? With like obviously the rise of AI and fake people online that are just computer generated. It's like we crave like realness, bro. Someone that says retard and words that, that you're not allowed to say a few years ago when everything went super crazy. Like we want to be around people that are actually real fucking humans. And dude, like, I know we've had this conversation, but AI will never take away from that, right? Like AI will never take us like meeting people in person or having a proper connection with someone like this, right? And I think it's going full circle where that is fucking powerful, bro. So being yourself is like becoming the thing again, all right?
Yeah, I'm so grateful for that move, bro, because social media was really discouraging me from continuing with it for a really long time, because I was like, bro, like, do I need to be fake? Do I need to make these weird scripted, like Iman Gutsy style videos where I'm sitting in front of a camera and just reading a script? And are these the videos I need to make in order to make it on social media? And I was like, I don't want to fucking do that, man. I've never read a script in my entire life on any of my videos, on any of my sales calls or anything like that. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I'm so grateful that we're finally going full circle and we're finally returning to authenticity. And yeah, I love it, man. I really like it. I really like it. So let's fucking do it, man.
Bro, it's not fun. That's the fucking thing. 'Cause I've done the same thing, like especially on YouTube, and I'm sure I'll go back to making some kind of garbage content that I'm trying to optimize everything from. But the thing that I've realized, man, is that the process, like actually sitting down, recording the video, like scripting like the process is everything. Like whatever you're doing, the process to get from A to B is where your life is going to be. Like that is fucking life. So I'd find myself making these videos, bro, and I'd fucking hate making the video. And I'd be sat there and I'd be like, why am I doing this? And then it's recently that I've had this realization, like really trying to, work on myself and do all the cliche hippie shit that you see people speaking about. But just learning, like understanding myself a little bit better and like why I think and feel certain things. But it's only recently that I've really realized, man, that, you should just put fun first, and you should just put, do I enjoy the process of doing this thing? And if the answer is no, then it's not going to be sustainable. You're fucking creating a life that you hate. Do something else, bro. And it's like, yeah, even if it isn't as easily monetizable or it's not as clear, right? I think it's so fucking important to actually like love, and not all the time. You're gonna fucking hate it sometimes, but just enjoy the majority of the process of that thing. Like this conversation we're having right now, bro. Like, we could be reading a scripted YouTube video about how to, 10x your fucking testosterone or income or some shit. And like, what's more enjoyable, like that or this at the end of the day?
Wait, you're not reading your script right now? Like I have my script in front of me. Like this is all scripted, right?
Am I meant to be?
Bro, I sent it to you over email, bro. Like we're supposed to
waiting for the AI prompts to come up on the screen, right? As you you've seen the videos of the job interviews with like the Indian guys, and they got the chatbot, the AI chatbots. Yeah, that's basically what we do.
That tells them how to answer. Yeah, it's an Asian guy making that.
Maybe you're not even real, bro. Your teeth are far too white to be a real human being. It's too aesthetic.
Yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, man, that's like, bro, that reminds me again of the video that we posted. I'm posting serious reel after serious reel, me sitting down, talking, sharing these big insights that I worked really hard to be able to obtain, and no one fucking gives a shit. And then I put this autistic ass video out of us, asking ChatGPT and Claude and comparing them and about if it's gay to shower together and wash each other's dicks.
The video in question that Wassim is referring to is I logged onto my Instagram one morning and saw that I had a collaboration request from Wassim. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I open it up, I see like hundreds of comments, 80K views. And then I click on this video, and it's a conversation that we had when we were doing the skydiving course. So Wassim came to get his skydiving license with me in Spain. And I didn't even realize this had made it into a piece of content that would ever see the light of day. And it was basically me and Wassim sat at a dining table in a Spanish villa, talking to different AIs and comparing the answers to the question, is it gay if two straight men wash each other's penises in a shower together? And then basically he had recorded this, made it into a reel, tagged me in it, and it had like fucking blown up overnight. And I was like, fantastic. So this is what we're referring to. It's on both of our Instagrams if you want. What's your Instagram? At Wassim?
Wassim B. Monzer, if they look at the title of this podcast, just type that in Instagram. You'll and it'll be there. Yeah. Bro, but what I was saying is serious reel after serious reel after serious reel. None of them are performing. I post this funny little bit between us. Like, it was really fun to make that. And it goes viral. And I was actually really happy about that because I'm like, wait a second. So I don't have to be so serious on content. I can just literally be myself, just have someone like recording the moment. So it's an actual authentic moment, like in real life, instead of, so it's a documented thing instead of a created thing. Gary Vee talks about this all the time. So the video that we had, we were not creating content, by the way. That little video of us asking like ChatGPT, we were like literally in the moment doing that. Whether there was a camera around or not, we were, that was like what we were doing. It was just that Yoshka pulled out my phone, and he just filmed the whole thing. But we were already doing that. And I think people also see that, like, instead of content being created, content just being documented, if that makes sense. I believe that that does really well as well. I've been seeing a lot of viral clips from like IRL streamers, and that's just being documented essentially, and that's also performing really well.
Well,
but anyway, yeah.
I was just going to say, Brian, I think it comes down to as well, like people see, it's very lonely on social media, and the majority of people are very lonely. And then they see two friends interacting, just being fucking lads or fucking guys. And then like that energy is contagious, right? So there's the part of it where the thing is interesting, but there's also the part of like they feel included because they're seeing this group of people or these two people having fun, like extreme positive emotion, and they want to be part of that as well. That's kind of my theory, a little bit behind it, why that kind of content does well.
Wait a second. Yeah, that's fucking genius. And you actually mentioned this in the group call that we had recently. Bro, like every single day, my dad sitting here on the couch, you know what videos he's watching? He's watching on that screen. No, bro, because look, my mom, my little brother, my little sister, they're in Lebanon right now. That's where we're originally from. And my dad is from there as well. He fled in the war, and that's how I ended up in the Netherlands, refugee, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he is watching POV videos of a guy driving his car through the mountains and through the cities of Lebanon. Like, it's literally just, if I turn on the TV right now and I go to YouTube, the recommended videos are just like, there's one guy, he has a channel, he does POV content. So he's just driving his car and it's POV, and he's just watching a guy drive his car around there. He just misses it there, bro. And he wants to live that, but he can't because he's here. So he watches videos to kind of like replicate that feeling. And bro, what you said, wow, that fucking like so accurate. People are fucking miserable. They're sitting behind their phones the whole day. They don't have these genuine, authentic connections that we used to have in the past, where we used to like knock on our friend's door and ask if he's at home and then go and play outside. That is not a thing anymore. They go and fucking meet on the Xbox Live servers, you know what I mean? And play Fortnite and shit, and they miss the connection. So that's why probably the video like did well. You're fucking right. Yeah,
I feel like this links to you in a way as well, man, because again, I've been thinking a lot. And the other day I was thinking about this, right? And it's like why, like we kind of met and we just got on super fucking well, right? And I think it's an energy thing. And this ties into what I was just saying about, people want to watch things that make them feel good, or maybe something that people with traits that they aspire to be like. If someone's really stoic, if someone's really outgoing. And something that I realized, bro, we had this thing, right? And you'll remember this, man. We're all in a shisha lounge on this skydiving course. There's like 5 of us, okay? So everyone on the skydiving course, we go to a shisha lounge after the skydiving course. And Wassim has this fucking selfie light, bro. It's like brighter than the sun, man. And it's a football game, so it's really busy in this shisha lounge. It's very dark because it's like a gloomy shisha lounge in Sevilla in Spain. And everyone's just kind of like chilling, doing their own thing, sitting in the dark. Wassim whips out this fucking selfie light and just like illuminates one of the back walls. And he's like, bro, can you get me some photos? And like in the most kind of, like influencers in the wild fashion, right? It's just doing a photo shoot in this shisha lounge and people are like looking over. And then one of the guys, Yoshka, is like, wants to fucking melt into the floor. I can just see like everyone's like so fucking getting secondhand embarrassment from it, right? And then
really, yeah.
But listen, man, I think it's a good thing. But then you get some photos of me, and you can see that I'm a little bit uncomfortable by this. And you said one thing to me, bro, and it fucking stuck to me. And you're like, bro, why do you give a fuck? You're Mo Samuels. And then I was like, fuck. Like it kind of clicked, like what we're speaking about earlier, and not giving a fuck. Because dude, back when I used to do a lot more out there YouTube videos, I would do shit like lying on the floor in public, or going through London in a fucking like Speedos, or just doing like the most ridiculous, like cringe-worthy fucking things in order to get judged right. And I feel like the reason that stuff like that does so well, and the reason, bro, one of the reasons that I enjoy spending time with you, man, is because like people like that trait, like that not giving a fuck confidence And just overall confidence is such a powerful fucking trait to have, mate. And it's like, yeah, when people used to watch that content of me doing that, they were like, fuck, like I want to get that level of no fucks and that level of not caring, that level of confidence. So then, bro, like it ties into the wanting to be included, right, in the community thing, like we spoke about a second ago. And that's also one of the reasons, man, I think why I like enjoy your energy and with you, because it reminds me, because you don't give a fuck, it reminds me like, Mo, don't be such a fucking pussy about these things. And then that is contagious, that confidence.
Okay, man. Okay, let's talk about this, bro. First of all, the legendary light. You cannot you cannot
Where did you
deny
get it
this
from?
thing.
I want one now.
This, bro, do you believe in the light right now?
I believe in the fucking light.
Are you a believer?
Yeah,
are you a believer? Okay, I'll get you one. Or if you want it earlier, I'll tell you where to get it. But I'll see you in a couple weeks, so I'll just get you one.
Maybe we should just drop ship our own lights off the back of this podcast, and it's still the design.
It's legit because it has a magnet, everything. It has bro. Anyway, okay, let's talk about the whole not giving a shit and all that kind of stuff. Let's talk about this. Okay. First of all, yeah, one of the guys, More Life Network, by the way, that's the network that you have for the listeners that are listening to this. I am part of the More Life Network, which is a program that Mo has, and it has a bunch of like autistic dudes like us in there. And one of them is his name is Les, and he was also making videos about self-development, just speaking in front of a camera. It was performing shit. Then he makes this one video where he goes out in public and he tests suit versus no suit. And he just tests how people react to him if he has a suit versus if he doesn't have a suit, and does a social experiment thing. And he instantly gains 20,000 subscribers, not 20,000 likes, not 20,000 views, no, millions of views. And he gains 20,000 subscribers from one video. And that is, again, the same kind of thing that you're talking about, going out, confident in public, all that kind of stuff. Now, I want to talk about this because let's preface one thing and make one thing very, very, very clear about the not giving a fuck thing. When I say I don't give a fuck about what people think, I don't mean this type of not giving a fuck where I don't take people's feelings into consideration and I want to be annoying to others. So
I don't know, bro. You told me I speak like a retard. That's pretty hurtful. Stung.
Did it?
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, go.
Okay, I'll tell you what I mean with this. I'm sure you guys have seen harmful pranks. So there's the non-harmful pranks on YouTube, which are like the funny pranks. They're not harmful and they're funny. But there's also the harmful pranks on YouTube where, you have a lad and he literally goes and he sprays people with water, or he just throws like fucking milk on people in the supermarket. Stuff like that. Like he really does something that's fucking annoying to people and he bothers them and he ruins their day essentially. And, that is not the good type of not giving a fuck. No. You shouldn't give a fuck about what people think when you are doing the right thing and you believe you are doing the right thing and you're not annoying others. So for example, if you want to do some stupid social experiment like what you did, Mo, I don't know what you did, like take your shirt off and lay in public or something, whatever that is, right? You shouldn't give a fuck about doing that because you're literally not bothering anyone. Like people can just keep walking, they don't have to look at you, and you're not doing anything illegal. So you shouldn't give a fuck about doing those kind of things. But I do believe you should give a fuck about what people think, about how they feel and all that kind of stuff, and that you shouldn't be a fucking dickhead that doesn't give a fuck about anyone and just be an all-out narcissist. So it goes back to yin yang. I stand by yin yang so much, and it's basically a spectrum essentially. So there is the people that don't give a fuck at all, and they are like the narcissists, they don't give a shit about anyone's feelings, and well, they achieve a lot in life. Narcissists achieve a lot in life because of the fact that they don't give a shit, they don't limit themselves, and they keep taking action. That's all the way on the right side of the spectrum. Then you have all the way on the left side of the spectrum, and it is the people that give too much of a fuck, and it's the people that are walking through a mall thinking that everyone is looking at them and judging them, But obviously no one is looking at them and judging them because everyone else is thinking the exact same thought. Like, hey, I'm walking through the mall, they're looking at me. So there's people on the left side of the spectrum, there's people on the right side of the spectrum, and I'm a big proponent in general in life of balance, the middle way. So yin-yang type of thing. So when you walk in the middle, you do take people into consideration, you are a respectful person, but you don't limit yourself. When you know you're doing the right thing, you don't let the judgment of other people limit you, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? This explanation?
100%, bro. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And I think the majority of people, though, sit at the wrong place in that spectrum in terms of the default. And I don't know if I'm just speaking from my personal experience, but my default, bro, is to be a fucking pussy, is to be like super hyper cautious of not wanting to offend. And not so much. I guess it is because I do reassure people. I don't want them to think that I said the wrong thing or to upset them. Yeah. Or even like, let's say I used to take my top off in the gym all the time in like a packed out fucking gym. Like now I wouldn't do that. Like there'll be more resistance to that because I would be like, okay, like how does this person, I don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable in the gym. So I think there is a spectrum, man, to it as well. And again, this is something that I've thought a lot about, like the whole, I used to say, and I will say it now, like just don't give a fuck about anything, but that is inherently, you're gonna be like a fucking psychopath if that is you, right? And it's probably not the literal word, but like we are programmed, and you will love this, and you know this obviously, man. We are programmed to give a fuck because when we're in tribes and back in thousands of years ago, like if we didn't give a fuck about anyone's feelings or consider their feelings, we would be cast out of the tribe and we would fucking die. So there's that kind of that part of us that will always give a fuck, right? But I think the thing that I've got to remind myself of, man, is that it's when it involves the self, where it's like people's perception of me, like where it's being liked, right? So I think if I want to do something and it's not harming anyone, and I'm just worried about what these people might think of me, or if they're going to think I look stupid like an idiot, like who gives a fuck? Like that's what I should actively try and do more
I understand.
Of. Yeah, 100%, man. But it's like a muscle, bro. It's like a muscle. And dude, the thing that like I love that's super cool is if you apply yourself to doing things that are scary, to doing things that make you feel on edge, or doing things that make you judged, right? You can expand that comfort zone and you can change the person that you are in terms of changing that baseline, bro. And that's something I noticed of you as well. Like you're telling me about how you used to be shit at speaking or not very confident. I can't remember your story. And I was like, I love that, like that fucking, the idea that we can change ourselves for the better if you try is fucking sick, man. It's so freeing that we can become something better and grow.
Okay, yes. Okay, so this is such an interesting thing that you're mentioning because, so this is a podcast format, meaning we're speaking to many people at the same time. So it's very tough to, I guess, give advice because, well, you don't know who the specific person is that is listening. So I would encourage every single one listening, if you do get the chance to get mentored one-on-one instead of just listening to podcasts, definitely do decide to do that because it's very different. I'm going to explain to you why. So for example, your advice, the thing that you mentioned earlier about don't give a fuck at all, that is perfect advice for someone that is on the total left side of the spectrum, because if they don't give a fuck at all, like they apply that advice, it's going to nudge them towards the middle and they're going to be in this balance point, if that makes sense, right? So for a person like that, that would be great advice. But for another person that isn't all the way to the left, that might turn them into a narcissist because then they overshoot it, if that makes sense. So for example, Chris, great guy, by the way, that he basically instructed us during the skydiving course, which we should definitely talk about in a second.
Head instructor Chris, yeah.
Yes. So he told me when you exit, because my exits are No, they're great. Bro, maybe show, like, bro, maybe, yeah, it's fucking insane, bro. Anyway,
Try and get a video to put on the screen, right?
Yeah, that was the thing that I was struggling with the most. And different people struggle with different things, right? I've been seeing those videos of someone spinning out of control in the air and not stabilizing. Ronnie, but also like a lot of guys on Instagram. Like I sent you the video yesterday about a guy spinning out of control, the automatic device just activates, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, different people have different problems. So my thing was the exit. And Chris told me, I want you to look inside the plane. So maybe you can show this video as well. And I want you to give me the fingers. So I exited the plane and I had to keep eye contact with Chris and I had to give him the fingers essentially. And there's a video of this as well. And it worked like charm. I basically went out and I stayed stable. Now, here's the thing. When you exit, well, you want to be, in the beginning at least, before you understand really how to exit and you can exit however you want to be parallel to the plane, right? But he told me, look inside the plane. And in my mind, I was like, okay, if I look inside the plane, I am not going to be 100% into the relative wind because I'm not going to be parallel against the plane. I'm going to be like 45 degrees to the plane. And that's not parallel. But he told me, trust me, just freaking do it.
So can I interject real quick? So I was going to say, so just to explain it really simply, basically when you jump out of a plane, you want your belly to go against the wind. The plane's going like 100 miles an hour through the air. You want to jump out with your belly like symmetrical to the wind, right? So you free fall nicely rather than spinning out of control. Exactly. So my thing was I was going too much to the left. So I was almost like a 90-degree angle to the plane, but the wrong side. And Chris's advice to me was look inside the plane. Look, like keep eye contact even after you jump. And for me, that was the perfect advice. Why? Because me doing that got me in the right position. I didn't get 45 degrees. It's very hard to explain, but basically if Yoshka got the advice that I got, it wouldn't work because he would overshoot it. He wouldn't be parallel to the plane anymore. But for me, that advice was perfect because it got me parallel to the plane, is what I'm saying. So different people just have different things that they need to apply. One of the worst things you can do is look at like a fucking multi-millionaire and how they are living, like someone that has like a net worth of 10, 20 million plus. And then you're like, okay, what does this person do in their day to day? Okay, and then I'm going to do that and I'm going to become a millionaire. No, that's not how it fucking works because you have to do what this person did to get there, not what 100%. He's doing whilst he is there. That's a different stage. You're not there. So that's also something like to keep in mind, like for the person listening, essentially. I'm sorry, I'm going too much on. No. Let's touch on the skydiving, bro, because I think that's something that's fucking super sick. And obviously, you just started it a few months ago with me. So I sent you an email. You got an email on my email list. And it was basically like skydiving course. Anyone want to come? Wassim jumped on one of the 4 spaces that we had. And then this is when we actually first met, right? And I didn't even remember the podcast or remember that you were the guy that wanted to have a Muay Thai fight with me. And then we spoke about it once we met. But yeah, 4 guys, we go to Spain. None of them have ever jumped before. And we basically take all the guys on the course from complete newbies, never have jumped out of a plane, to jumping out by yourself solo, man. So how was that for you?
Bro, how it was for me? Undescribable, man. Like, so the whole Muay Thai fight thing, which I asked you to do, because I know you wanted to do it. That's like, I wasn't like challenging you because I don't fucking like you or something. No, you were the one that posted, I want to do a Muay Thai fight challenge. Like you posted it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to fucking do that as well. Okay, let's go together. Let's do it. So I messaged you about it, but then you like, first of all, like you were in a higher weight class. And second of all, you got injured after that. So it wasn't possible anyway. So I asked you, okay, link me with Hamza because I know he wants to do that challenge as well. But then you told me, nah, it's not going to work because
Hamza's
and I agree.
Yeah,
he's way
bro.
taller. He's like, yeah, I know.
162. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a good fight anyway. Like a good matchup. I mean, he would have like probably knocked me out or something. It would have been good for him, but it wouldn't have been a good matchup. Yeah. So anyway, but the reason I did that is because, and I'll come to the skydiving in a second. I went with one of my friends in Thailand to just watch a Muay Thai fight night. And I was just watching these guys and I was like, kind of like, you know, being one of the fans that is like, you know, shouting like, kick him like this or punch him like this, you know, like the fat guy on the weekend does, like drinking beer and screaming at Erling Haaland how he should shoot the ball, like watching football, right?
Yeah.
So I was kind of like being like that fat guy watching, you know, football on the weekend with a beer in his hand, right? I was kind of like being like that to these Muay Thai fighters. But anyway, I have a big like, I always am self-reflecting. So that's that's what I felt I was doing during this fight night. So I told my friend, I was like, man, I'm just like telling these guys what to do and stuff, like screaming, but I have no idea how they feel. And something inside of me, I'm fucking scared as fuck, but something inside of me is screaming, you have to do this. You have to experience what that is like in that stadium. And bro, like every single cell of my body did not want to even think about that. But there was this part of my soul, I don't know what it was, and it was like, you have to stand there so you know how they feel instead of keeping like talking about them and judging them and whatever. So I told my friend this and he was like, okay, 3 months from today, let's fucking go. Let's get you ready and let's do it. And I was like, I was so anxious, bro. Like I was like, I knew I should say yes. And when I say yes to someone, I'm going to do it, then I do it. Like I can't like tell my friends, you know, I'm going to like do something and not show up, right? So I tell him, okay, fuck it, man. Let's fucking go. I'm going to be standing there in 3 months. So we book the fight and I start training. And I haven't trained before. Like I've done like tourist Muay Thai classes in Thailand, but that doesn't count as proper training. So then I'm like, fuck, man. Okay, I have to take this seriously. So I start training.
You're training in Thailand, right?
So I left Thailand right after that. I went to Portugal. I went to Dubai, but like I was in Portugal, I was in Dubai, and that's where I trained. And I trained 4 or 5 times a week, Muay Thai. Because bro, I have no experience and I need to fucking prepare for this shit. And I only have 3 months and it takes a time to learn this skill. So I'm training 4 or 5 times a week, training. And 3 months later, I'm standing in that exact same stadium in the co-main event against a tall black dude fighting my first professional Muay Thai fight, bro. And it was the fucking scariest experience of my life, but it was life-changing. After I did that and I won the fight, I got really depressed and I got really in my head and I was like, I need another challenge. I need to do something. That's when you came with the skydiving thing. And yeah, and bro, like I was honestly not doing well mentally at all before going to the skydiving trip. I was like really lonely. I wasn't really meeting up with anyone, anything like that. And yeah, man, you invited me to the skydiving trip. I was like, bro, I never in my fucking life thought skydiving. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to fucking get a license. Like never thought of that. It was never a goal for me. But then I was like, fuck it. Maybe this is something like that's going to challenge me, take me outside of my comfort zone and get me back into my energy. You know what I mean? And then, bro, I said yes. And you took me on this trip and it was a life-changing fucking trip, man. Thank you for that. It was insane. It was really insane.
Bro, it's like, so there's 2 things I want to say to that. And I think one is the importance of having something that's scary and hard that you're working towards as a man, bro. Like, I think it's so important to have that journey where you're doing this thing that's fucking really difficult or really terrifying or both. And the cool thing about skydiving is you've got it now forever. So you can just go and jump out of a plane whenever you want. And it's like, there's so much progression to be made in that thing. It's always something you have there. And I think the second thing, man, I can't remember what the second one was. Can't have been that important. But I wanted to ask you, bro, what was the scariest part of the Muay Thai fight? Before we talk about skydiving, what was the scariest, like the scariest part of it?
Of course, just before the fight, because that's when it really hits you. Getting your hands wrapped type of thing, getting the fucking oil, like, because bro, like, if you look at the videos, because I documented the whole thing, like on the same day in the morning, I was kind of okay. The night before was difficult, like going to sleep and stuff. But on the day itself, it was okay. And then before going to the fight, a bunch of my friends and students were there, and we like went with multiple like small buses to the stadium, and we were like listening to music, and it was all good. It was all good. Like we were like celebrating, partying a little bit, like, you know, loosening up. But then whilst I was sitting in that bus, that's when it started. I was sitting in the bus, I put headphones on, and I'm like, whoa, I'm really fucking driving right now to the stadium. And I was at the stadium. They start putting the oil on me, which stings like crazy. It's
the
really
oil,
tough.
right?
Yeah, plus I did a mistake. I had shaven before.
Oh, fuck.
And I didn't fucking know about this fucking thing, man. So anyone that wants to do a professional Muay Thai fight, please do not shave like at least like 4 or 5 days before you do it, right? Because they're gonna smear you with this crazy, like, it's not tiger oil. It's like it's some insane Thai fucking Muay Thai fighting oil type of thing.
It's called it's called oh fuck, I've got some in my bag actually. I forgot the name, but it is.
Oh yeah, you have it. Like, did you ever put? Because they normally only do this for fights, not during training.
And if you have injuries, bro, it's I used to put it on my Achilles. I've got a big tube of it. It's got Thai oil. That's what it's called, Thai oil. So it is similar to Tiger Balm, but it's like Tiger Balm on steroids a little bit. So,
you can get it like in the pharmacies in Thailand. It does feel kind of good. Like after it settles, it's like gets like a lot of blood flowing towards that area of your body. I wonder how. No, never put it on your dick, man.
No, dude, I think I've done that before though.
Yeah,
like,
I think they tell you don't touch your dick.
Yeah,
don't touch your dick after. Yeah.
But so that was the worst bit, right? So obviously getting your hands wrapped, so like you get into the ring. What was it like?
It's scary because it was the first time ever. Like you don't know, you've never fought, like you've sparred, but you've never had a real fight without protection.
Were you doing hard sparring?
Like with proper elbow. Yeah, but I did hard sparring, but not too hard, because when you're preparing for the fight, you cannot do hard sparring, because obviously if you get fucking injured, like it's gonna like be horrible for the fight. So I never really did the hard sparring where it's like a fight, you know what I mean? And during sparring, you're always wearing protection, like the shin guards, like the thick shin guards, elbow pads, and headgear sometimes. I don't like to wear headgear, but it's like, it's better to use it when you do hard sparring. It's like better for CTE type of shit.
I think it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, I don't like it. I never wear it. But my coach does recommend it, like when you do hard. But when you do flow sparring, you definitely do not need it, because you're just touching each other. Like then it's more of a nuisance. But anyway, so I never had that experience. Like fight, fucking small gloves. No shin pads, nothing, just a mouth guard, and that's it. No elbow pads, like you can get elbow to the fucking face, to the freaking eye, and you don't know how good the guy is in front of you, and you don't know how good you are, because you've never done it before, right? So there's so much doubt, bro. And like you're throwing yourself in the deep end, like, because there's so many unknown factors, right? Well, so scary, man. It was so scary. Yeah.
Do you know what I want to do? I've just had a thought. I'm doing the Thailand trip in September with some of the guys.
Yeah.
And I haven't announced it yet, well, properly. But how cool would it be to either do like a week in Phuket, a week in Samoy, but then have a few days in PP and go to reggae bar and get everyone to get in the ring and have a fight? Or you could make the trip like actually where they train for a week and then fight each other. That'd be fucking cool. But just a thought, bro. But dude, I want to go back to Muay Thai quickly, because I'm getting distracted.
I wouldn't. Yeah, the reggae thing. I don't think it would be ethical for me to do that one. because that's like just drunk people that don't know how to fight.
No,
like,
dude. So I went there, and there was a guy that clearly had fought before. But then, you just don't be a dickhead, bro. Like, if
no,
I
would never. I would if I go against a beginner. Never. I will just touch them.
Exactly.
I'll just like play around. I would never like fucking spinning back elbow them. Like no.
What was it like when that first, like, okay, so do you touch gloves?
Oh, okay, so here's the thing, bro.
Okay.
Like, I have a weird personality type. So here's the thing, man. I go to the freaking stadium and there's no backstage. Like, it's like a fucking shitty, like the fans can go into the place where the fighters are. It's like pretty much an open area type of thing. And everyone is in the same, like, kind of like cubicle. There's no red side. There's no blue side. Everyone is just together in the same like little cubicle getting ready, like all the fighters, I mean, right? Mm-hmm. So I instantly see this guy. Like, I see my opponent because I know the opponent from the poster, right? Which got decided on the day itself because I was supposed to fight someone else, like 2 other people before. And then on the way to the fight, it got changed and I had a new opponent, which was this fucking black tall guy. Anyway, I like see this black tall dude. As soon as I get there, I recognize him and I instantly go up to him. His name was Dynamite, or at least that was the nickname he gave himself. You can give yourself nicknames in Muay Thai.
Okay.
Dynamite.
What was
so
yours?
Anyway, I just had my own name, bro. I just had my own name. But anyway, instantly I just went up to Dynamite and I told him, hey, you're fighting tonight, right? And I spoke to him in Dutch because he's Dutch, but my flag was Lebanese. So he didn't know it was me, the opponent. So I speak to him in Dutch. I'm like, hey, you ready for your fight tonight? You excited? And I asked him, like, what makes you fight? He's like, yeah, this is my second fight. I did one and it's just to challenge myself. And I lost the first one and I want to just see how I improved and do a second one. It's just to challenge myself. And I'm like, yeah, man, good luck. And you're going against me, by the way. I'm not sure if you know. So I tell him this and he looks at me and he's like, against you? Wait, but how do you know Dutch? I mean, you have a Lebanese flag and I mean, you look different than in the picture. And I think he said like, you looked smaller in the picture or something like that. Like,
oh, really?
So I was like, he looked at me and I was like, okay, like I am happy I did that because it like removed a lot of my nerves. Because when I was standing in front of him, I knew more about his backstory, right? I knew that he wasn't a crazy killer from Dagestan or whatever.
Right?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Like this is gonna be an okay fight. But my coach was really pissed off. He was like, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have been friendly or whatever.
It's a Thai coach.
No, it was a Moroccan Dutch guy, and he's a really great guy. I can potentially connect you with him. He lives in Phuket. He moved there, and he prepares people for their first Muay Thai fight. So he prepared me. So maybe he can be involved if you want to do the thing that you're talking about. I can have him get involved with the thing because he like literally specializes in preparing beginners and his English is really good and everything like that. So he'll really be a good fit and he makes like content on social media and stuff like that. So we can get him involved into the trip that you want to do. But anyway, let me just continue. Okay, whatever, fucking fight starts, touch gloves and fight is going well. 1 round, 2 rounds.
Wait, before you go into it, bro. So I know a lot of new fights, right? Because of the adrenaline. If you're inexperienced, you just start swinging as soon as the bell goes. Like everything goes out the window. Did that happen, or were you more a little bit slower start?
No, it did start. It wasn't a slow start. And bro, my stamina, like some people, they are naturally really good in the stamina department of things. Yeah. Like they're really good at running and they run really far distances and they're like kind of like their system works basically the VO2 max that they have is just really high. So just that's a genetically determined thing, which Black you have guys. A little influence on. Yes, but not that much. Yeah, so Ethiopia type of shit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't have that. I'm of the type that, I have quite a good amount of strength and muscle, stuff like that, but not so much on the stamina side of things in athletic department. So it's so fucking tiring, man. And I didn't know what my stamina was like in a fight. So I go kind of all out in the first round. And it was a really good first round. I'm elbowing him, I'm kneeing him. Like, it was really good. But I got so tired. And the second round, it wasn't like that. It was shit. I mean, I still won all the rounds, but they were like shit, like compared to the first one. Like, I was really tired. And when you're tired, everything goes out of the window. All your technique, everything, bro. You don't know anything. So it looked like absolute it looked like shit, man. But I'm very happy that he was tired as well. Now, one thing I want to mention, that's the last thing before we move on to the skydiving thing. The start of the third round, I was in a crazy euphoric feeling, because then we already had 2 rounds behind us. And there is something about fighting with another man. It connects you too in a crazy way. Like, it's undescribable how it connects you. I've never had this before. So this total stranger, right? This guy, right? And I don't know, never heard of. After fighting 2 rounds with him, I was kind of like, I loved this guy. And so at the beginning of the third round, I went up to him and I was like, okay, wait. I hugged him and I was like, bro, thank you so much. Like, this is the sickest day of my fucking life. Like, I was on so much MDMA, it felt like. And I was like hugging him. I was like, man, this is fucking insane, man. Thank you so much for this. Okay, let's crush this third round. And I hugged him and he was like looking at me, and he gained so much energy from me saying this. So it was probably a really bad idea for me to say this, because the third round he was going all out, bro. Like, he was really psyched up, bro, because I said this to him, you know, because you know how I speak, right? So if I can give someone energy by the way I speak. So I realized afterwards, like, okay, fuck, man, I gave him so much energy by saying this to him. This was a bad idea. And after that, I won the fight by points, unfortunately, not through a knockout or something. But, and after I never saw this guy anymore, but I would love to meet this guy. I would love to talk to him and just talk to him about it. I don't know where this guy is. I don't know how to find him.
Maybe we'll find him from this podcast, bro.
Bro, his name was fake. Like, his name was Dynamite, bro. Like, it was not even his real. So I can't even look him up, right? Yeah.
Fuck, man. Poor Dynamite on a 2-loss streak, bro.
Oh fuck! Right, I'm so curious to know if he if he tried it for a third time, or if he was like, fuck this, man, this is not for me.
But I hope he did, bro. I hope he tried it again. I hope he won. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I can imagine it would be demoralizing to lose twice in a row, and they're like, fuck, man. I can imagine.
But I think maybe it gets to a point where you just don't give a fuck and you just do it. You know, and you're not reliant on that outcome, right? You do it for the process. So maybe, but I'm sure it would be fucking demoralizing as well, especially if you're I see pro fighters on losing streaks. You know, there must be a lot of pressure, for that. But bro, skydiving. Let's touch on that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What do you want to know?
I don't know, man. I think the reason again we connect very well is because of 2 things. I say 2 things. It's one thing, but it just you talking about the Muay Thai, your Muay Thai fight, like that journey that you went through, the skydiving as well, bro. Like something that we've both done. I train Muay Thai as well. I haven't had a fight yet. I would like to, but dude, I think it all ties into that growth mindset, like looking for more and looking to improve yourself and create a better version of yourself and just experience new things. I think that's fucking cool, man. And I feel like the skydiving links to this really, really well, because you're literally doing something that's one of the most innate fears that every human being has. Like, I watched a video the other day from a study, and I don't know if you've seen it, bro, but they've got this glass pane out, and they've got this glass pane, and so it's a sheet of glass on the floor, and then they've got the floor so it looks like there's a big drop. It looks like they're on you're on the edge of a skyscraper or something, or just a drop in the ground, and they put babies that haven't been conditioned socially yet, like babies that can just about crawl or just about like move across the floor, and they leave them there, right? And then without fail, every single one of these babies will be crawling along the glass, and it'll stop, and it will just freeze like as soon as it gets to that imaginary optical illusion that is a drop. So we have this innate fear of heights built into us, where it's just this thing that fucking terrifies us, bro. And skydiving, man, is this
Did they do this in a real building, by the way, or was it like a picture of
no, so I think what it was in a room. You could probably find the video by searching it. I think it was a study that I did that in a room. And if you just imagine a room that's just got like a bit of glass on the floor. And
no, I know those. There's like those buildings in Dubai and in fucking China where they have the building with the glass floor type of thing.
It's not actually a drop. It's an optical illusion. So it's like painted onto the floor for the study.
Oh, it's a painting. So it's not like in a real building with the real glass. Because those exist as well. Like I'm sure you've seen those buildings.
They're fucking terrifying, man. But yeah, bro, it's like one of the most innate fears is heights, right? And
wow, so the babies are conscious of this fucking like height thing.
The babies are like
how
crying,
old are they?
And like I think a few years old. It's just a video that I watched in passing, man. So I'm not super. I probably got a lot of details wrong, but man, it just demonstrates, right? With skydiving, bro, it's like there's been no other time in history, like general history, where an animal that doesn't naturally fly has free-falled, like experienced that free fall and not died, right? So it's like it's wired into us to be fucking terrifying, and making yourself do it again and overcoming that thing is some next level shit for your mindset, brother. But yeah, don't wanna speak about how
you know how old skydiving commercially, like as in like normal people being able to go and do a course and jump. You know how old that is. Like, you know, my coach said, he told me the skydiving thing. 10 to 15 years. So we're like, if we were born one generation earlier, like we wouldn't like be able to do this at this age, is what I'm saying. So this is the newest sport that like fucking exists. Like, bro, like, so humans exist, whatever, hundreds of thousands, millions of years, whatever you believe. Only for 10 to 15 years, this is like a thing that a regular person can do. And then since the 1960s is when it was kind of like implemented in military and stuff like that. So like the military guys did it. But they wouldn't skydive. They would just jump out and the chute would instantly open with the line thing. You know those chutes, right?
So yeah, and so I think it's World War II, which was the first ever like static round parachutes, right? Yeah,
and it would be a round parachute, and it's like very slow, and they'd have the round parachute because obviously it needs to carry a lot of weight because they're fucking skydiving with miniguns and shit. Now we're just skydiving with a hook knife, but they're skydiving with fucking like proper gear, right? So that doesn't really count. Like, yeah, they're jumping out of the fucking plane, but the parachute is instantly open, and it's like a really big round thing that takes them down very slowly type of thing. So this is very different. Like, this is like you're jumping, you're free falling, you have a small canopy eventually, and it's a very different thing. And it's only like for the past 10 to 15 years commercially available in the way it is right now. So this is a very new thing for our like psyche from an evolutionary perspective. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy that we live in the time where we're able to do this. Joe Rogan also says this all the time. He says like, despite all the things that we keep complaining about and, you know, how shitty the world is and whatever, how many, like, bro, this is the best time to be alive. And I agree. This is the best time to be alive.
Yeah, 100%, Matt, 100%, dude. It's like this thing called declinism, and we naturally always think that the world is getting worse if we don't really think. Like the general consensus is that everything is getting worse, right? And I'm sure like I'm guilty of this as well a lot of the time. But then if the world was actually getting worse because this declinism thing was true, we would be in some like fucking hellhole, like everything gone to shit, apocalyptic world, because everyone has always thought like this. But things are improving. Like, you know, there's less poverty than there's ever been. Like on the macro, they're getting a lot better. So clearly things are getting better. And I think it's just a mindset shift, like a mindset thing, right? But dude, yeah, tell me like your first jump. Like, were you scared? Because I remember you saying to me the day before we're jumping, you were like, how cool would it be if I can just conditioned my mind to be able to get into the plane and just experience no fear whatsoever. And in my head, I was like, oh, you wait till you get to that fucking door, bro. How was it? How was it for you?
You mean the first jump, right? Before jumping?
Oh yeah, just the process of like before the Muay Thai fight, that anticipation, that fear. Like what did you experience?
So what really helped was all the ground training that we did, the tunnel training that we did. You know, it was a really good idea for you to get us to do that in Madrid a couple days before. And also, I wasn't the first one to jump. In fact, I didn't even get to jump on the first day. Yoshka and Ethan jumped, two of the other guys that were in our group, and then the weather got bad and I didn't get to jump. So they already jumped and so many people were jumping and I was seeing them jumping throughout the days, you know, in Skydive Spain. So that was that helped a lot mentally because I'm like, wait a second, all of these people are jumping, they're landing safely, even though Yoshka landed in the fucking in Sergio Ramos's backyard in his olive tree.
Yeah.
Right? But he still landed and nothing happened. He landed in a tree and he just has a couple scratches. So it can't be that bad. So that honestly helped me a lot. I was like, okay, am I really going to be the exception that is going to die on his first fucking jump and all these people are surviving? And if I am the exception, then I am. Then that's just what God wants. So that's kind of the mindset that I went with it in, which helped a lot. Now, obviously, when you are in that plane, it's the survival instinct type of thing kicks in. But they do a really good job on distracting you a little bit before. So, for example, you have to look at your instructor. They're going to give you the hand signals. You have to reply to them and that you know the hand signals. You have to run them through the jump, if that makes sense. So you're busy the whole time. You're checking your gear. So you're busy during the whole plane trip and you're not getting really the chance to think about that you're going to jump out, if that makes sense, because you're busy doing things the whole time. And before you know it, you're up there. So in my tandem jump, my tandem was way scarier because my tandem jump was, and this was before I developed myself to the degree that I did now. That was a really long time ago. And there's no briefing. They just make you watch a 7-minute little video on a screen and that's the briefing. And then you just fucking jump and there's nothing. You're just sitting in the plane and you're waiting to jump. There's no talking through so your mind, you're thinking the whole time, I'm going to jump out of the plane. Yeah, so during the AFF, that wasn't the case. And then it's time to jump. And obviously you're jumping with two instructors, one on the left, one on the right. So that also is a big thing. That makes you feel quite safe. So all in all, it was not as scary as I thought it would be. It was actually really fun, the first jump. Plus, I was on a shitload of Vyvanse that day. So I was really kind of high or something during that jump. And I had so much adrenaline that I enjoyed it like crazy. You have my reaction video when I landed. It was amazing. The problem was right after that, we did the second jump. And that's when the adrenaline had already dumped away. And I was already tired mentally and stuff because I used a lot of resources to make that first jump, right? So the second jump was terrifying after I opened the parachute because then you're fucking up there in the sky, thousands of feet in the air, looking down, and it's just this piece of fabric holding you and it's freaking slow as fuck, going down because it's a big student canopy. And that was very scary for me. The second jump was very scary. After the second jump, I was almost thinking, okay, maybe I had thoughts of maybe I don't want to maybe this is good. Maybe I don't want to continue. I had the thoughts.
I remember I forgot about this, bro. I remember you saying to me, maybe this is it.
Maybe this is it. I've done it. I've jumped twice. I've experienced what it's like to parachute. Maybe it's not for me, something like that. So I was the thoughts were there, right? But the thoughts are always there. And I was like, yeah, man, that was not fun. Like, I was just up there and I did not enjoy that. I just wanted to get down and it was going so slow and I just wanted to go down. And then when I was finally down, I was like, oh, thank God. And I was like, okay, not gonna do this again. And then that was the end of the day. But then you wake up the next morning and you're like, you see the other people jump and you're like, fuck it, man. And then after the third jump, I think I enjoyed that one. And then I was like addicted. And then I extended my trip twice. So all of you guys left and I extended once and I extended twice and I got like additional courses and certifications. So I got my FS1, which means I can jump with people. I got my canopy course done. I got a lot of other things done after all of you guys left. I got really addicted and I did like 24 jumps in like 2 weeks that I was there. So
crazy, man.
Insane. Yeah.
Man,
insane.
It's like there's a saying, and I don't remember the exact saying, but it's something like all you ever wanted lies on the other side of fear. And it's like the perfect analogy for that, because you do this thing that is so fucking scary and terrifying. And it's like, it's bad. You do it multiple times and it's horrible and horrible, horrible. But gradually the fear gets, as you would know, bro, like gradually the fear gets less and less and less and less. And like the satisfaction and the fulfillment and enjoyment that you get from it gets more and more and more and more and more. But then it's like you would never experience that growth if you didn't first do that thing that was fucking terrifying, man, which is jumping out of a plane, right? And it applies to anything, bro. Like talking to a girl, Muay Thai fight, I'm sure, man, like everything worth having just lies
even
on
content.
the other side of fear.
In content, it's called the Valley of Despair, which is you start off, you have a dopamine in the beginning, and then you go, and it's called the Valley of Despair because it's like a line chart. So it goes down the Valley of Despair. You have to survive the Valley of Despair before the line peaks up again. That's with business as well. You know, starting a new business or whatever, it's probably not going to go well right away. And you have to survive the Valley of Despair in order to be able to enjoy what's on the other side. And that's with everything, man. And jumping out of a plane, it's the perfect metaphor for everything in life. You just have to jump. And every single one, and let's round it off with that, every single one that is listening to this podcast knows deep within their heart that there is this one thing that is screaming within them that they need to do. Whatever it is, whether it is fucking skydiving or starting a business or learning a new skill or approaching that girl or starting, your YouTube channel, whatever it is, every single one out there like has something like that. And they know they need to do it, but they're not doing it. And I don't want you to just listen to this podcast and fucking mentally masturbate and just listen to two guys. No, we want you to live this, okay? We want you to not just listen to us, talk about this thing, and be a sad cunt listening to this fucking thing and then going on with your normal, sad, mundane life that you want more. You want more because otherwise you wouldn't listen to the More Life podcast. That's why it's called the More Life podcast. You want more, just send Mo a DM on Instagram. Please do it. He's the nicest guy ever. Send him a DM. Tell him, bro, I want to change my life. How can you help me? He'll guide you, he'll help you with some things. He'll tell you like about the More Life Network, for example, or he'll tell you about one of the trips we're going to do. Just send him a DM. Or feel free to even send me a DM if you want. I'll connect you with Mo, whatever. If he doesn't reply, send me a DM. My Instagram, just my name, Wassim B. Monzer. And that's all. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Brother, absolutely smashed it, man. And perfect timing because I need to go and urinate in a second. But dude, you've wrapped that up beautifully. And one thing that I wanted to add though as well is that a lot of things can be, and something that I've realized with meeting a lot of people online, I had a couple of calls with guys that are going to come on this next skydiving course that were interested in it. And something that I've realized, mate, is like the internet is a fucking crazy thing because you can literally meet and connect with anyone, bro, if you just take like initiative and make a bit of effort towards something, dude. Like in 2018,
fucking Mike Chang podcast, bro.
Mike Chang podcast, bro. You in 2018, like DMing me, like, oh, please come on my podcast. Like, and now we're fucking boys. Like, it's crazy. I honestly believe that you can meet anyone and do anything and change your life in any way if you put that initiative in and put a bit of fucking effort in. But bro, let's call it there. I'm gonna go and pee. Dude, where can people find you? And yeah, I'll drop it in the description as well.
The listener already knows what they need to do. Take action. Send Mo or myself, if you feel like wanting to talk to me, send us a message. Don't just listen to this passively, mentally masturbate, and live your life vicariously through content creators. You have to live it yourself. You cannot keep watching content about the thing that you want to do. You need to do the thing. Really, you're going to regret it so much if you don't take action. Trust me, it's going to be the most painful thing of your existence if you don't do what this voice in your heart is screaming for you to do. Like, you are going to look back in the future and you're going to be so freaking miserable. But now you still have time. Now you can do it. So that's it, man. That's just how I want to round it off. And thank you for having me on, man. Appreciate
it. Fucking smashed it, man. Smashed it, dude. We'll cut it there. But yeah, mate, that was great. I could speak to you for hours, man. I've got to go for dinner, but let's definitely, like, bro, I really enjoyed this conversation. I will make sure I bring the mics and shit to Dubrovnik, Montenegro, and we'll do it in person. And we got so much more shit we could talk about. But yeah, man, that's fucking awesome, mate.